There's a difference. She had 12 fun. I think I have 20. And I still need my glasses. Well, I will start by thanking the faculty, staff, the administration, the Board of Education, and especially the class of 2017. The idea of speaking at a graduation has always been a dream of mine, and I can't express how thankful I am to be asked to speak here tonight. I am truly grateful. Many years ago, I listened to a discussion by some scholars, politicians, actors, musicians, and a writer about speaking at a graduation. They all talked of how they attempted to reach the graduates, how they wanted to present some theme that the graduates could carry their lives. They had all had lofty goals. The last to speak was the writer. He talked about how nervous he was, probably as nervous as I am. The first time he spoke at a graduation, and a friend said to him, "Who was your high school graduation speaker?" He couldn't remember. The friend said, "Who was your college graduation speaker?" He couldn't remember. He said, "Okay, who was the speaker at your daughter's graduation 2 years ago?" He couldn't remember. The writer posed the same question to all the people in the discussion group, and all except one could not remember their graduation speaker. And the one person who did remember her college graduation speaker was because it had been the President of the United States. The writer said this took a huge weight off me. So from my point of view, since I'm not the President of the United States, and as long as I don't say anything too dramatic or fall down those stairs, I'm pretty safe tonight. Okay, then who are the students who make up the class of 2017 at St. Regis Falls? Well, right off the bat, you can see that there are not many of them, but they are all special and unique. I see Sage Allen over there. I asked him to do something for me once, and he said, "Consider it done, boss." He wasn't being smart or sarcastic. He said it with respect and immediately did what I asked. I think he's always going to get the job done. Where's Tristan and Zach? There they are. Both of them have cool parents, former students of mine. And during the course of this basketball season, they just work their tails off to get better, and that's a great thing to see. Dylan, where are you? Dylan always has a smile on his face, and that makes people around him smile too. Brandon over there, through very hard work and the aid of Miss Tubby, who I think is down here someplace, has been very successful in school. He gained self-confidence, and this is going to carry him the rest of his life. And we all know that Connor and Sky are going to rule the world and probably the galaxy someday. Just remember, give me a cushy advisor's job, a lot of money, very little work. I saw Spencer on the last play of the second and last game in a high school basketball. He dunked it, and that's always cool. And then there's Jenna. As I stood outside my room one day, she barreled around the corner and tore into another student. I had never seen this side of Jenna, and I just stood in shock. When she was done with a very forceful address to that student, she saw me staring and walked by me and said, "Yeah, I got a temper too." And all I could think was, "You go, girl." Every student on this stage has gone through some kind of trial to be able to get here tonight. Everyone is unique, and everyone has their own story to tell. At this beginning, well, I guess Winston Churchill said it best. Now is not the end. It's not even the beginning of the end, but perhaps it's the end of the beginning. And this graduation is the end of the beginning. So now that I've introduced you to this motley crew, this is the part of speech where I throw out some words of wisdom. In fact, I Googled this portion of graduation speech, and it said this is called the old fart portion of the speech. Couldn't pick a better person than me to do it. This is where I hit you with some cliches like the following. You are on the threshold of tomorrow. Your legacy will be fill in the blank. What a long, strange trip it's been. You are the face of a new generation. Live long and prosper, and may the force be with you. Or since I'm a movie buff, I could throw out the following. If you build it, they will come. Field of Dreams. Toto, I got a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Wizard of Oz. It's alive! Frankenstein. Show me the bunny. Jerry Maguire. Or finally, from the movie The Graduate, son, I have one word for you. Plastics. No, I don't think cliches will work, nor great movie quotes. Do I honestly who honestly has hit every one of life's potholes, some more than once, have the right to think that I can give you some great answers to life's mysteries. Should I look over at you and pretend I know it all? I don't and I won't. I'm not going to preach about politics or the cultural evils of the world and then look you square in the face and say, hey, my generation screwed it up, you fix it. But I am getting the big bucks, so I do have to say something. Right now, somebody in the audience is going, does he get paid for this? Now I'm back here going, oh, he knows he doesn't get paid for this. No, I know I don't get paid. So what I do have to tell these eager graduates is one important thing. Enjoy. We ask students to do something we as adults would never do. Work 12 years full-time, do mandatory overtime called homework for free. And with only the slim hope that what adults told us is true, this is going to be worthwhile someday in the future. So until then, enjoy. Enjoy this night, despite the fact that some people believe our graduation ceremonies may be a bit long. For the students up here, it will go by in a flash. Enjoy the great guest speaker and his speech. Enjoy the flower ceremony and the slideshow. I was honored recently to hear that Connor had quoted to his father something I had said. I told my students after graduation the chances that people will gather to award or applaud you for anything is very few and far between. So enjoy the awards that will be given out. Hug the diploma that you get. High-five your friends and cry with your parents and loved ones. Enjoy the ceremony, the pictures in the hall, the camaraderie in the gym. After the ceremony. This is a special summer. High school is done. The next stage hasn't started yet. For some, summer may be only a few days before work starts. Others may have an entire summer. Either way, enjoy. Life will hand you enough to deal with later. So for now, as Mr. Farrell said, be happy. Now I come to the final part of my speech. I will stand on the graduation ceremony soapbox to say these final three thoughts. First, Churchill said it best. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Never, 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 ever give up. Second, every life gets visited by some darkness. For some, like myself, it was once very dark and I was very lost and lonely and afraid in my life. I didn't know what to do. But my school and my parents taught me how to read. So I chose a very long book and decided not to make any rash decisions about my life until I finished it. When I did, it was spring. Things always look better in the spring. School has taught me how to learn, change, and adapt. I did, and my life began to change. So remember, as I said many times, the education you receive today may save your life someday. It actually did mine. Finally, this is a warning to all the people here, maybe in the entire world. If you ever mess with these 2017 SRF land sharks, you better bring a bigger boat. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2017. I thank you for inviting me to do this and be part of this little get-together. Thank you very much. I'm not done yet. They give me the job to say the thank you. So I will mention the student name. I'd like to have them stand up, and I will read their thank you. Starting with Sage Allen. Ready, Sage? He would like to thank his family and Mr. Todd for their support. Sage plans on working for a year before entering college. Dylan would like to thank his mom, dad, and anyone and everyone who has supported him and helped him get this far. Dylan plans on attending SUNY Camp in the fall. Jeffrey Ellis would like to thank all the people at SRF that didn't yell at him. Jeffrey plans on taking some time off and pursuing a job. Connor Farmer. Connor would like to thank his parents, Linda and Pat Farmer, for all their love and support over the years. He would also like to thank his family, friends, and teachers for making his high school career an adventure. Connor will be attending St. Lawrence University in the fall and major in history and pre-law focus. Upon completion of his bachelor's degree, he plans to attend law school and become an intellectual property attorney. Wow, that's hard to say. That's a tough thing. Cody Gibson would like to thank his father, mother, brother, and Mrs. Childs for supporting him throughout his senior year. Cody hopes to pursue a career in operating heavy equipment. Good job, buddy. Austin Greenwood would like to thank Madison Greenwood, his dad, Carl Greenwood, his mom, Lisa, and his sisters, Kirsten Greenwood and Haven LaBar. Austin is undecided about his future plans at this time. Don't worry about it. Enjoy. Tristan Hartsey would like to thank his family and friends for all their support through the years. He'd also like to thank his lifting buddy, Brady Five, for his behind-the-scenes support. Tristan will be attending North Country for his Associate's in Environmental Science and then transfer to Stony Brook College for a Master's in Marine Biology. Brandon, anybody? Would like to thank his parents for always being there to support him. He would also like to thank Mrs. Tuggy and Miss French for helping him through the years. Brandon is pursuing a career as HVAC technician. Nikki Martinez would like to thank her friends, family, and Mrs. Childs for always pushing her. Nikki plans on attending North Country Community College in the fall. Skylar Rapp would like to thank her mom and dad for paying for all these years. She knows she's super expensive. A special thank goes out to her sister Shelby for always shopping with her. Clearly we have a problem. Thank you to Emily for letting her pet her dog. Connor and Sage for being cultured Morenos. Did I pronounce that right? Okay. Gabby and Jenna for making English fun. Also thanks to JPJ, Mr. Johnson, for letting me annoy you. Hope you enjoyed the meeting. And finally, a special thank you to Mr. Lenow for inspiring her and being a funny guy. She has loved having you as a teacher. Skylar plans on attending St. Lawrence University with a major in chemistry, specifically organic, and minors in political science and math. Ooh. And would then like to move on to graduate school and hopes to prepare for a future at the World Health Organization and possible Nobel Prize, or suffer from crippling debt. Okay, Spencer, where are you? I would like to thank his parents, friends, and Coach Todd for everything they have done for him. Spencer plans to attend SUNY Potsdam with a major in exercise science and eventually go into physical therapy. Jen would like to thank her family, friends, and Mrs. Boucher for all their support, and she couldn't have done it without you guys. Jenna plans on attending North Country to complete her liberal arts, then transferring to SUNY Cortland to pursue physical education. Zach White would like to thank his family and friends for everything they have done for him throughout the years. Zach has enlisted in the Air Force. Good for you. Kylie Wood would like to thank Mike for giving her a home and an opportunity to get her life on track. She would also like to thank her mom and Mike for being caring and listening to her. She would also like to thank her sisters, brothers, mom, her dad for inspiring her. Kylie plans to go into the military, Air Force or Navy, and if she chooses to go to college after her workforce term, she would like to go for game or movie design, electrician, or construction. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the class of 2017.
Very good.